So this is the first episode, Back Bumps, our podcast between Jake and myself, and our,
Don't any names like I'm Brother Cheese.
if you want to make up nicknames, go for it. That's actually one of my topics on I want to talk about. Actually, we can start with that. Do we need a logo and a theme song? Do you think we need like a custom made theme song by somebody? Because all the good podcasts have one.
On a theremin.
You want somebody playing a theremin?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who plays the theremin?
No. I think Mom probably, Dad probably does. He knows someone who knows everything. Hey, Dad, you know anyone who plays a theremin?
The theremin.
It's that weird instrument that you play with your fingers.
I don't think so.
There's no actual. It's just like an electronic thing, and you go like this in the air. And
Yeah. It's probably one of those things that you can, you know that website Fiverr. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
You can pay people $5 to do like random things for you. It's probably something on there. Somebody who'll play a theremin for you for $5.
Put that in the queue. Actually, take some notes. Find Fiverr with theremin.
I'll write it down. Hey, Mom, can you turn the TV down or mute the TV in the room you're in, just because you can hear it?
Sure, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
You old man Tan do it?
All right, how's that?
It's better.
Better?
Yep.
So I think you guys should have a logo and a theme song.
Yeah,
We'll have to get on that.
we should. Maybe we can get one of the children to help draw it.
Yeah, maybe I got a crayon. That might be appropriate.
I mean, if it comes out anything like Trogdor, then we're gold.
All right, so top of the show, let's talk about what everybody's drinking. I'll go first. So I am drinking Cape May Brewing's Mop Water.
Mop water.
Yes, which
So what type of beer is that?
it's a 5-spice ale. So I had this at Cape May Brewing like 3 years ago, and it was absolutely delicious. It was like one of the best beers I've ever had there. And I've never been able to find it in the liquor store. And I finally found it 2 days ago. So I bought 2 6-packs of it because I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. And it's not nearly as good as it was at the brewery.
It's on tap, right?
Not even close. Like,
Well, you know, the name mop water is a little off-putting. It doesn't sound like something you'd want to taste.
Yeah.
well, it's got like cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, and vanilla in it, right?
Right?
And then when I had it at the brewery, it tasted almost like a Christmas cookie. It had like the aftertaste of like a crunchy Christmas cookie, and I was like, oh, this is like liquid cookies. It's so good. But
What month did you buy it?
I just bought it 2 days ago.
I mean, I'm sorry. Did you taste it?
I don't remember. That was like literally years ago.
Beer that's just been sitting around, maybe.
No. They make it every year, so it's like one of their top sellers, which is why I can never find it. It sells out like within days usually of them putting it on the shelf, and I finally found it. But yeah, it's okay. Actually, I'm gonna rate my beer each week, so I'm giving this a 6.2.
It goes on the board. It's official.
So that way, if I find some really great ones, I can go back and be like, oh, what was that one that I had gave like a 9 to, and I'll go back and watch and be like, gotta get some more of that. Anyway, so that's what I'm drinking, and then also,
What's the app? You don't have that app?
oh yeah, no, you talk about that all the time, but I don't know. I don't drink enough anymore to do that. I should have done that like years ago when you started doing it, but I never did.
Fair enough.
Also, I'm going to start the night with a shot of the Kraken. because this always reminds me of being back at Mom and Dad's house when Mom used to buy bottles of the Kraken for us back in the
I
day.
never bought boxes
Yes,
back in
I
the
have memories of drinking Kraken with you guys. So
Maybe that Kraken messed up your memory. I do remember buying a bottle for Kevin Karn.
Yes. When Dad, that was the night that Dad and I were gone somewhere, and you guys brought Kevin to our house because it was his like 18th birthday or 21st birthday or something.
Yes.
And you guys completely rearranged our furniture.
Yep.
You put our kitchen stuff in the living room and our living room stuff in the dining room. And you also tried on my old ugly Christmas sweater.
That's right. Oh, I remember
You took
that.
pictures of my Christmas sweaters.
Didn't we send them to you?
Yeah, you took pictures of them and then you showed me.
Nice.
I actually thought it was all hilarious, but
Yeah, I remember. I think he was underage at the time. I think he was like 19 or 20. But I think he was in college, so he was drinking a lot already anyway. But yeah, we definitely got very tipsy if we were putting on Christmas sweaters in the summer.
Yeah.
you have to admit that I was pretty cool with things that you guys did sometimes.
I'd say so.
I didn't get
Well,
mad.
you're our first guest.
Oh,
So what are you drinking tonight, Ma?
I am drinking a lovely Belgian white ale called Blue Moon. Nothing new, but it is one of my favorites, and it just so happens that my son Jacob bought a bunch of it for our house
Don't say his
weekend
last name.
ago and left it there, so I am drinking.
Nice.
It's good.
Well, I'm gonna take my shot while Jake explains this cocktail or whatever he's making
Yeah,
for
well,
us.
so I'm drinking tequila tonight, and you know what they say is tequila might not change your life, but it's worth a shot. So, but I am going to give you a masterclass on how to make margaritas.
Oh, wait, can your father come watch? He's been making
What
them.
do you think?
I think he's gonna have to wait till the episode comes out and then watch our podcast.
Yeah, he might just.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay then.
I don't know. You know what? Yes, he can watch, but he can't speak.
All right, Tom. Tom,
No question.
Tom,
From
come.
the- yeah.
No, but you gotta come watch Jake's master class in making a good margarita. Because that's what your dad's been making lately.
Yeah. All right. I'll allow it.
All right, hold on. He's come. All right, go ahead. Give us the class.
So, a lot involved here. So since pandemic started, probably let's call it last April, Jen and I started making margaritas every Friday. And literally with maybe one or two exceptions, we've sat at home making margaritas. Or, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We've sat at home and I've made margaritas for the last full year. And I have it down pat. And I'm really excited. So here's how we do it every week. And it takes me like 15 minutes just to get everything organized. So obviously you got your tequila. So this is Espolón, Espolón, which is this is the Blanco version, which I prefer for my tequilas. Moderately priced, but very, very good. You got your orange liqueur, which Cointreau is the best. Or you could use Grand Marnier or, here's what I got. I tried this one, Grand Gala, which is actually a orange liqueur with brandy. Which is, interesting. So, my ratio is 2 to 1 to 1. Like do to run.
Do run.
Two tequila, 1 orange liqueur, and 1 freshly squeezed lime juice. I mean, you can buy the Key West lime juice in the store if you want, but I spent 10 minutes squeezing each individual one out. So I got that here, and then we'll get into the little details in a second, but that's the basic. So to start off, gotta have some ice, of course. A little bit of chiller ice. Got your measuring cup. I always measure. because I want it to be the same, like a bartender, I want it to be the same every week. And by the way, this is open. Feel free to ask questions at your leisure.
You need to let your dad talk.
Well, he can whisper in your ear and you can
Yeah, he can write down his questions.
put him down and hold him up. I'm actually going to make 2, so I don't have to make another one in half an hour. So I'm going 4 to 2 to 2 ratio. I've seen a whole lot of cooking shows. Like we watch Food Network a pretty good amount.
Oh, sure. I think we all do.
Not seen any ones where they have like drink battles, where they're making cocktails with like your specialty versus mine, or like you get a basket of ingredients. Like I don't see cocktail shows, which I don't know why, because it seems like it would be a really easy, good idea.
Well, you know that Three Sheets show we used to all watch? They they did actually bring that back.
Did they?
He got a new show called Four Sheets, and and then it started filming and right when the Corona hit. So they haven't actually released any because I think he only got to make a couple episodes before everything got shut down. It's hard to travel the world and make a drinking show if there's no travel,
That's interesting because I tried recently to download Three Sheets, and it's on Amazon Prime, but you have to pay per episode. It's like for the whole season or something. Anyway, sorry. So a note on the tequila: if you want it a little spicy, the way my wife likes it, you can always put it in a little cup with some hot peppers, some jalapenos, maybe from your father's garden. Who knows? As spicy as you want to be, let it sit for a few days and use that.
What's it sitting in?
I'm the only one here.
Jake.
Yes.
What are the peppers sitting in?
What's that?
What are the peppers sitting in?
Tequila.
Oh, okay.
There's tequila and hot peppers. Let them sit. Shake them up once in a while. You'll get a little spicier flavor to tequila. And maybe some chili powder. This is ancho. As hot as you want. Add some of that to it. I'm going to add just a little bit of chili powder.
It's not overpowering?
Nope, not at all. Now for the secret ingredients. This is organic light agave, which agave is the base of tequila from an agave plant. But this is kind of like a honey, consistency-wise. You don't need a lot of it. You don't need an equal amount, but I just kind of use like half for each drink. It gives it a little bit of a creaminess and
where do you get that product?
In the way that tequila would be flavored towards anyway.
Jake, where do you get that agave?
The grocery store.
Yeah, I think pretty much every store has got it.
I actually think it was in the baking aisle.
Yeah, the same place as the honey usually.
Okay.
So I got all that. That's my basic ingredients. Now here's what I like to do that Jen doesn't. I like to use an egg wash because,
You're fancy?
I'm fancy.
Egg wash?
So
You're
I'm
really...
doing a little bit of an egg wash. Well, damn
it. Nobody saw that.
I did it.
You gotta have some shells in your drink?
I'm going to have some. No, not the shell. I'm going to have a little bit of yolk.
Oh.
Yolk in with the whites, but that's okay. I'll deal with it.
Hey, it all goes to the same spot.
If it was good enough for Rocky, it's good enough for me.
It all goes to the same place, Jake.
It does. The sewer. All right. Got all that. Boom, boom, boom. Just shake it up. Get one of your little carafes. These little things that one of us may have bought our Faja for Faja's Day, which I don't know why we started talking about that last month, but it's not till June. I thought it was.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Faja doesn't have one, so hint.
Well, we started talking about that because his grill blew off their back deck and temporarily was broken, and we were going to buy him a new one, but then he duct taped it back together.
He did. All right, I'm going to shake this up to make a little noise. And shake it harder if there's egg wash in it. Shake weight action. Shake weight.
You know, they say if you shake it for more than 10 seconds, you're just playing with it.
Build up. Now, here you got to have a glass with your initial on it. You know, a big old J mug. And then what you're going to want to do, if you want to salt the rim, that's up to you. I like to salt half the rim myself. And then here you go. We have a mixture of chili powder, salt, and sugar. Don't forget the sugar. Makes it much better. Mix that around.
You really are fancy. Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. This is why after 2 or 3, Jen's like, I want another one. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I just,
Is that pink Himalayan salt?
what's that?
Is that pink Himalayan salt?
It's Ethiopian salt.
I think it's probably the chili powder that changes the color.
So you can do this rim. You can do the full rim if you want. Throw a little bit of lime in there. Oh, final fancy thing. Big old square or round ice cube.
Nice.
And got half of it in there. And you have the, can't say my last name, famous drink that I make every week. Let's see how it is this week. Oh God, that's disgusting.
What's wrong with you?
No, it's delicious. On the ceiling, I'm gonna clean that up.
See, now that's one of the parts you might want to edit out so Jen doesn't ask where those spots on the carpet are.
No, I got it.
Why'd you spit it out?
I was trying to be funny.
It was pretty funny. I laughed. I'm still laughing.
But is it good? Is it
It's
really good?
very good. And I made this many times, so it's consistent.
Nice.
Any questions?
That's a lot of work for a drink, but I can see how it's worth it. I kind of feel like when I made creme brulee like a month ago. It took like hours of preparation and everything to make it, but once I got to eat it, it was worth it.
Nice. So that's it. That's my routine. And someone else talk now.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, Pop, you're out of here.
Out of here.
Get out of here, Pop.
See you later. All right. Yeah, so I think having a little segment where we talk about our drink of the week or whatever you want to call it is.
Oh, wait. I have
fun.
a question for Jake.
Yes.
Do you have one of those things that you can make the drinks with the smoke? The smoker?
No, I do not. But I mean, you can, I guess, how do you do it? You basically light like a wood chip
Yeah.
on fire.
Right.
And you stick the glass over it.
Right.
I don't know if you need a device.
Well, you couldn't. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I think you need something to keep the oxygen going to it, or else it'll just snuff it out.
True that. Hashtag science.
Um,
All right, I'm going to switch my computer over to another spot so I can sit down and relax.
yeah, man, go for it. You can still hear me while you walk around, right?
Yes, I can.
So, I wanted to. I guess we should probably explain the name of the show, since it sounds weird if you have no context of why our show would be called Back Bumps. Mom, do you have any idea?
I do not. I saw the sign when I was in your office last, but nobody explained to me what it meant.
All right. So basically, Jake and I both have this thing where if we
call it a condition?
I don't think it's like a medical condition, no. So we have this thing where when we laugh really hard, like, laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, we have these like two little spots in the back of our heads, these little bumps that start to hurt. I'm not joking. They get like real sore
I
and
know
like
what you mean.
and
It's tight, right?
tight and sore.
It's
Yeah.
tight back there.
And there's nothing you can do to stop it or anything. And the more you laugh, the worse it gets. So we call those our back bumps. So kind of the point of this whole thing is try to do funny stuff and talk about funny topics, ask questions and stuff, and hopefully by the end of it, with a little help of alcohol, we'll get to the point where we're laughing so hard that our back bumps hurt. So
It's pass or fail. If the back bumps don't hurt, then we haven't done our jobs.
yeah,
That's a kind of high bar.
yeah, but Jake and I both watch.
Before I came on.
We both watch other people's podcasts, like celebrities and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think I watch a little more than he does, but two of our favorite comedians have a podcast together that is some of the funniest shit we've seen in a long time, and some of their clips definitely make us laugh until our back bumps hurt. So we figured, might as well start our own, and we're not going to be like trying to make this like a famous podcast or trying to like make money off it or anything like that. We're probably just going to be talking to family members and friends only, but something to do and have fun. Maybe get to know some of our family members a little better than we do. Yeah. So I only had two actual like topics I wanted to talk about before we start asking Mom questions. I don't know if Jake has a list of stuff he wants to talk about.
Actually, no, Ryan, but I think before you start those questions, should we do our advertisers?
You have advertisers?
Yeah, we have
Who's our sponsor? I'm not aware.
Podcasts, they have to read off manually their sponsorships. So I only have a few. They're very short, but
Is Añejo tequila?
Them, or else we might not be able to afford this podcast.
It's very expensive. Recording your Zoom call costs a lot of money.
So thank you to Brute. Brute Classic.
Was that from high school?
Do you want to smell like your father did in 1984? Brute. Every day.
Wow.
Second sponsor, Liquid HIV.
What?
Liquid HIV?
Yeah,
Liquid HIV?
This is the best stuff for hangovers.
Liquid IV.
Take one with water before you go to bed or in the morning. It's fantastic. I actually have it on Amazon where it's a recurring monthly delivery where they deliver it.
What is that saying about my son that he has a recurring monthly delivery of hydration multiplier?
It does say something. Well, it was Jen's idea.
Hey, better than being dehydrated. Better than being hungover all the time, I guess, right?
Yes.
You drink it in the morning?
Also sponsored by Nintendo Super Mario Brothers.
Wow, where'd you find that?
Impressive.
Yeah. Remember back in the day when turtles could fly? Oh, those days.
How old is that? Oh, I know how old that is. Where did you find that?
Probably 1988.
Where'd you find it?
North America. I think it was up in the attic. It's 88, so it would have been mine. I got the nice little.
Hey, that's legit, man. You could probably eBay that for like $100, I bet. Not saying you should, but that old stuff's actually worth money.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, sponsored by toilet paper.
I just got real.
Shit.
Shit just got real.
The family who all they do is shit and talk about shitting.
Henry said so.
Thank you to our sponsors.
A few years ago, I got toilet paper that had Donald Trump's face on it.
Yeah,
that was pretty classic. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad we got some sponsors. Did I actually use it? I think I gave it to someone that's like a gag gift. I don't think I actually used it, but it's still a funny concept. Yeah, thank God we got all those sponsors. Now we can afford this expensive podcast. So can't wait to see those checks coming in.
Yep.
I want to talk about workout routines real quick, just because I have not like actually gotten consistent exercise in like 2 years probably. I tried to a little bit when the pandemic started last year, but I only lasted like a week. So I actually bought a home gym, and it just got delivered yesterday. So once that's all, actually, I'm going to show you. If you click on the bottom part that says chat, do you see what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I don't have that.
Click on your screen. There should be a thing that says chat on the bottom.
The very bottom, it's a little, it should be about 4 or 5 little icons.
I have lots of icons, but none of them
The
say
bottom of the window
chat.
screen.
Huh?
Are you on your phone or on a computer?
I'm on my iPad.
Yeah, at the bottom of the window, it should say like participants, chat.
Yeah. Doesn't say chat though. Participants, share content, stop video. There's a more button. Let me hit more. There's chat. Want me to go to chat?
Yep, go to chat, and I just linked the picture. If you click on it, it should pull the picture up.
Problem solved.
I got chat, but I don't have no picture.
Do you see
chat?
Click on the icon.
It should be a little icon that says gym.jpg.
Let's not
Says
this
what?
turn into a Saturday Night Live skit where at the beginning of the pandemic it's like, no, it's that button over there.
No, it's not. It's not.
You're on camera.
All right. Well, Jake, can you see it?
I downloaded it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my home gym. It's it's a billion pieces. It's a it's a 34-step instruction manual that other people who bought this gym says it took them between 4 to 5 hours to assemble it. So
is each piece a different weight?
No, the one box on the bottom
you start lifting, like you lift the screws first.
Yeah.
And then you lift the one small.
Well, I was going to kind of make a joke about that. So I spent about an hour and a half so far today trying to put it together. I have about a third of it done, and not even joking, by the time I was done, I was actually starting to get like sore holding it together.
Home workout. It's going to take you 6 months to assemble it. By the time you get it done.
That works for me. But it says the very first thing it says when you open the instruction book, it says, this takes 2 people to assemble. But I think I'll be able to do it myself. The first thing you do is like the base, like the frame, like the large pieces first. And I have most of that done. So I think that's probably the hardest part to put together. So I think I'll be able to do it all. But yeah, it's probably going to take me like 3 or 4 days of working. Say that again?
Your son no help?
I know. Wade does not help.
Useless.
I know.
He can barely sit up.
So yeah, so I just bought that. Once that's all assembled, hopefully by the end of the week, by the end of next week, I should be able to start working out in my basement. And I have a TV down there and stuff, so I'm just going to put on either a movie or just workout videos or something and give myself some motivation and hopefully start to get in shape, because I've been out of shape for too long now. Years. Probably 3 years I've been out of shape.
I hear you. Have you tried doing cock push-ups?
Just one. One is all you need, Jake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Is this a discussion on working out, or you just wanted to
yeah? Basically, I was going to ask you, like, what have you been doing lately? I know you've kind of stayed in shape for most of your adult life in some form. Do you still go to the gym at all? Do you work out at home?
I am in the worst shape of my life right now. Not my life, but it's been a long time. Even up until last February, right before the pandemic, I was in pretty good shape. I could do 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups, and I could run around the block a couple times without stopping. And then I got my shoulder. I call it an injury. My shoulder started hurting. I don't know what it was.
Wait, was this when you fell off the pole in Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I jumped
No,
off
that was a leg injury.
I jumped off a 20-foot pole. I don't know what happened.
100% heal. And then, so I couldn't hardly do anything upper body for like 6 months because I'm old and I heal so freaking slow right now. And finally this fall, when I started feeling better, I started working out in downstairs in our basement. We kind of have a home gym. I could. Do you want a tour? Should I tour our home gym?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Let's see how we can do that. Should be pretty simple since it's right here. Let me see if we get some light on. Nope, Miss Penny. So it's kind of
You're freezing up down
you
there.
can see it.
Your Wi-Fi is not very good down
You
there.
got some. Oh
now we can see it. You're good.
no, you're right. It's bad down there. No, so that we clear out the basement area and use it to work out. Jen has a bunch of small weights, and we have a bench, and we do a lot of what do you call it, like body weight only exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of videos you can find online that are, body weight only. So you're not lifting anything, but you're lifting your legs off the ground, your, squats, that kind of stuff. There's a million different things you can do. So that was really cool. And then I kind of stopped. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I'm really not in great shape right now. So I don't have a lot of advice. Jen is a champ. She goes to the gym 5 days a week. She goes to Orange Theory.
Mm-hmm. It's like a girls only gym, isn't it? Is that like girls gym or no?
No. But it's different every time you go there. You have a trainer that trains the whole class, and they do something different every time. It could be a combination of rowing and running and weights. And it's like this for 2 minutes, this for 2 minutes, this for 2 minutes, and all that for 45 minutes. And she's been doing it for literally 6 or 7 years.
Well, she probably had to take a break.
Back surgery.
Yeah, with her back, right?
Loves it.
I was gonna say her back's surgery. You probably had to take a break for a while, but
yeah,
how is that? I'm sorry, I was talking over you. Say that again.
She doesn't run long distance anymore, but besides that, she can do classes and stuff. So that's what she's been doing. Mom, how about you? What you been doing to keep in shape during the pandemic?
Well, I'll be honest, nothing except finally yesterday I decided I was going to start walking again.
Nice.
So I went to the Barnegat Trail and I walked 2 miles. I was going to do it again today, but the weather wasn't very nice. So I'm going to start walking again.
Does Old Man Tan come with you?
No, Tan. I think I walked too slow for him. He doesn't like that trail.
Okay. Yeah, you do walk pretty slow. I've walked with you.
I know. But I walk. I should get kudos for walking.
Yes, you get kudos for walking.
For getting out there and going at my own pace.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Outside as much as you can.
Got to start somewhere. Actually, I was talking with Frank the other day, and he's also in the worst shape of his life. And I told him about the gym store that I got my home gym and everything. I'm going to start lifting weights and whatever, and to try to help motivate each other. He's actually going to start working out, and the last 3 days in a row, he's ran 3 miles a day. The last 3 days, he just gets outside and runs around this neighborhood. So he's going to try to get in shape too. So hopefully, a year from now,
I think everybody, with the weather getting nicer, are just dying to be outside. When I drove down to the trail, I had to drive around until somebody pulled out of the parking.
Wow.
To get a space to park.
Wow.
But still, because it's so long, you were never right next to somebody that you were passing. Do
you still have your membership to the Planet Fitness or whatever that's down the block?
I don't know, maybe.
You've been paying for it for a year, you just haven't gone?
I don't see any charges ever on anything for it.
Oh, well, maybe not. That's cool.
I don't ever see a charge or anything.
Well, my whole thing was that I wanted to diet and drop my excess fat weight before I started working out because it's hard to do both at the same time, I find. So I lost about. You're blocking your whole camera there, Mom. What are you doing?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Well, anyway, Jake.
Wait, should we have Dad fill in temporarily?
No, we can talk to each other. So yeah, I was at 192 on January 1st, and basically I bought new pants about a year ago, and I was about to have to buy another size up new pants again. I was going to have to go into 38s, and I was not about to do that. So rather than waiting until I hit 200, I decided that I was going to drop some weight and diet, and basically I haven't eaten any meat besides seafood.
I know we talked about this, yeah.
Yep, since January 1st. Also, I'm still doing that. I have 2 more pounds to lose. So I'm down from 192 down to 177 now. So I've lost 15 pounds in like.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 15 pounds in like 3.5 months. Which for me is that's huge. It's been really hard.
Ryan, fat people are the funniest. They're the funny. I mean,
if you want to be the fat guy, you can.
McElhenney teach us this, and it's always sunny. Fat people are just fucking funny.
I'm at my goal weight. Or what is it? His body double, right? His body double was like 250, and he's like, I got to get up to 250.
I forget. I remember him just being huge, and it's like he literally did that season because he thought fat people were funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Just gained all that weight.
Dude, well, the last episode of that season where they're at the prom.
Now, what show are we talking?
Yeah, it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one season about maybe 3 or 4 seasons ago, Mac gained like 50 pounds. Something like that. He's just he went from this guy who's always been like the most muscular, like most in shape guy to this like super fat, out of shape, whatever. And the last episode of the season, they go to the prom. Oh no, it's not the prom. It's like the reunion, right? The
class reunion.
Class reunion.
If I don't know Zoom too well. If I find a picture online, can I just like save it and go to chat and paste it?
Yep.
Or so I do it on my computer first.
You have to save it onto your computer first, but you just go to chat, and the bottom of the chat, right above where you type, there's a thing that says file. You just click that, and then it should open up your.
Typing in Fat Mac.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, there's
wait a minute.
195 million results.
I keep getting chat, but I don't get any pictures.
Well, he didn't send anything yet.
I didn't send it yet.
Oh.
Okay. So anyway, the last episode, they're at their high school reunion, and basically they're all getting picked on for different reasons and everything. So they put on this like show where they're all like singing and dancing, and it shows this like incredible performance where they're like rock stars and like everybody's cheering and everything, and then it cuts to like what they actually look like, and they're just like a bunch of idiots, and the fat guy has his shirt ripped open and his huge fat gut hanging out, and he's just like screaming into the microphone. It's just really funny. But yeah, he had a whole season where he gained 50 pounds, and then the most recent season he actually.
So it's in the chat. Sorry, it's in the chat.
Oh yeah, let me open it up.
It's in the chat. Hold on, I'll try.
Did it work?
Yep.
I still get nothing. Just blank.
No, it's the you didn't.
There you go.
Right.
I got it.
All right.
I didn't get it.
Maybe because she's on her iPad.
No, I mean I'm on a MacBook. Yeah, I don't. Maybe your iPad. How old your iPad is it?
You just gave it to me for Christmas.
Oh, that one.
What do you have? Some kind of piece of trash or something? Oh, you gave this to me last month.
I know. We fucked up. We gave her.
Can't even use chat.
Can't even download a simple picture. Come on.
I mean, really.
On this recording, if you open the file, is it going to show it? Like,
yes.
Can it make it do that?
Yep. Yeah. So I have my whole screen recording, and I just move the picture onto my screen. I have two monitors. I'm at my desktop in the office, so I have I have two monitors. So the one monitor is recording whatever's on the screen. So if I just want to show pictures, I just have to drag them over to this screen. So it's pretty easy. But yeah, so that's fat. That's
like
Fat Mac.
where like I just uploaded that file, or when you uploaded your weights, and we're seeing this in the recording, we can see it on screen.
Yes, you can see the picture on the screen. Yep.
Good job, tech boy.
Not my first time doing this. Well, first time doing a podcast, yes.
No, that's cool. I do a lot of Zoom calls for work, but I'm never the moderator, so I don't control anything. I just kind of listen and talk.
Well, I'm not recording it through Zoom. You can. There's a record button on the bottom of your Zoom call where you can record through Zoom, but it's there's not a lot of options. Like you couldn't do what we were just talking about. You couldn't drag a picture onto it or anything like that. So I have a separate program that's recording everything. But anyway, yeah, great show, great episode. But I was trying to avoid getting fat like that, so I dieted. I'm down 15 pounds. I got 2 more pounds to go, and then once I'm at 175, I'm gonna start eating meat again, and upping my protein and lifting
Well,
weights.
why don't you just try eating meat like 3 days a week and still stick with your other diet 4 days a week?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do
And
it.
you can maintain and you can still enjoy your meat.
Yeah, but either way, I'm not. It's not like I'm a vegetarian for the rest of my life. Which apparently, like certain people, I say I haven't eaten meat in a couple months, they assume that like I'm a vegetarian for the rest of my life now. But no, nothing.
Yeah, Brian, we can't be brothers if you're going to be a vegetarian. I tell you right now, not gonna happen.
Hey,
You can't disown your brother for that.
I don't cook meatless dinners. You can't come to my house. I mean, no, you can come. You just won't be satisfied with your meal.
Hey, it's all good, man. All right, Jake, what do you want to talk about? You got anything? I know you said you thought a couple of funny topics or something.
No, I think I went over them. I have 4 questions. How many?
Well, I have a bunch, but I got one more thing I want to talk about, and then we'll ask. Actually, one more topic, and then a couple questions for you, and then we can ask Mom.
You really thought this thing out.
Yeah, I told you I was bored the other night, and I just opened up a notepad and wrote down a bunch of stuff. Anyway, other thing is there's a story of something that happened to me yesterday, which I thought was really cool. So I saw an advertisement on Facebook for T-shirts, right? Which I get ads. Everybody does. Facebook's like half advertisements, which most of them I just scroll past. But there's one really funny shirt that I saw, which I actually made me laugh out loud, and I was like, I need that T-shirt, right? So I clicked on it, and it was on. Well, as you are showing right now, you were wearing a funny T-shirt. Both of us have basically always worn funny T-shirts. That's kind of our thing. And Busted Tees was the website, right? I've shopped there several times before. I know they're a good company. So I was on there and I'm browsing, and I found that the one I saw there, and I found one other one that I liked. I put them in the cart, and I was just kind of scrolling and looking for, see if there was a third one I liked or whatever. And I get a phone call. My phone rings, and it's 800 number. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to answer, right? Probably telemarketer, somebody trying to sell me something. But for some reason, I was like, yeah, let me see who it is. So I pick it up, and some Indian guy answers, right? So once again, I'm like, great, just scam the telemarketer.
Like feathers or dots?
I don't think there's not many feathers left.
I mean,
feathers or dots.
It's
when has it ever been feathers?
I mean,
When did you ever answer the phone and they said like?
I assume they can get jobs at call stations. I don't know.
Have you ever got a phone call and they said, "Hello, this is Runs with Water. I am from the Chippewa tribe. I would like. Do you know your car is in need of an extended warranty?" Yeah. So the other type of Indian from India answers, and I'm like, oh great, like trying to scam me or sell me something or whatever. And he goes, "Is this right?" And he said my full name, and I'm like, "Yes." I was like, "That's weird." And he goes, "Well, I'm from Busted Tees, and I saw that you're recently added a couple things to your shopping cart." And I'm like, "This is really really weird, right?" And he
Deja vu.
well, first of all, I'm like, that's like, I haven't even finished shopping yet. Why are you calling me in the middle of like, I've only been on your website for like 10 minutes. Why are you calling me, right? So anyway, he goes, I wanted to help you out. We actually have a new promotion right now, and if you go to your checkout and type in call 25 as the discount code, you'll get 25% off your total purchase, no matter how much or how little you want to purchase. And I'm like,
Wow.
there's got to be something, like, this just sounds fishy. There's got to be. I'm still like really skeptical. Like, this has got to be a scam or something's going on. So I ended up finding a third chart I liked and added that, and then went and checked out. And right while he was still on the phone with me, he's like, "You can try it now; it'll work." And I put the thing in, took 25% off the total purchase, ended up saving.
Awesome.
Yeah, saved me like $20 or something like that. And yeah, that was it. And he didn't want to ask me questions, didn't want me to fill out a survey, nothing. He's just like, dude, just cool guys, and I wanted to spread the word that they're they saved me some money. They didn't have to. I would have paid full price for the shirts, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to pick those 800 numbers up.
No, that is. I've never heard of that. Anyone
No.
having a story like that before. I mean, obviously, privacy. I don't want to get into it, but a little scary. Them knowing right this second you're ordering something. I'm going to call you right now. But from a I'm a marketing guy. From that perspective, it makes sense. It doesn't sound affordable to me, like paying people, a lot more an hour than, well, yeah, I guess it all comes down to the math.
I think it's really just customer service.
It's an interesting concept. I have not heard of anybody doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a customer service type of thing. Like, there's probably a dozen websites that sell funny T-shirts, right?
Yeah.
So this stuck out to me. Maybe that could be our sponsor next week. Busted Tees. I'll reach out to them.
I guarantee you I have at least 2 or 3 T-shirts from Busted Tees. Unless it says it on the label, I'm not going to remember which ones they were.
Yeah, I don't know if it says it on the label.
My advice to them is put your name on the label.
It might be.
So I can look and be like, this is a Busted, because I have 300 T-shirts.
Use them as a sponsor next week.
Dude, I have so many T-shirts. Literally, my wardrobe, like, I obviously have a closet with everything hanging up that's hangs, but my stuff I fold is 4 drawers, right? And 2 of the 4 drawers are T-shirts. I actually have them sorted out.
But you don't have a basement full of boxes of T-shirts that you aren't wearing?
No,
Is that what you have?
So every year I
future episode, T-shirt for T-shirt.
Ooh.
Pick your like top 20 T-shirts.
Well, do you want to?
We'll go, and then whoever's the guest will rate which one's better.
Do you want to see the ones that I bought?
Write that down.
Yeah, sure.
Anything you own.
You want to see the ones I just bought, Jake?
Oh, you already got them?
No, I can show you. I can show you the pictures. I can.
On chat?
No, because
yeah, Mom in chat.
Mom can't see them, so.
I'll do it anyway.
Hold
I'll
on.
try one more time.
Oh, Mom, your palm is beautiful. Do you moisturize?
Oh, nice. You ass.
So that's the one that made me click on their website. I thought that was a good conversation starter. And then let me actually click. Let me click on it.
Yeah.
And then I bought that one, and so
Jen would like that one.
And then I bought that one too. So let me click on these so people can see. All right, so this is the one. So, Mom, you've seen Princess Bride, right?
Yeah.
So it's a take on there's this one artist, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, I want to say it's like, you're gonna think I'm making this up. I want to say his name is like Gaylord Ferry. I'm not. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It's something. It's something really funny like that. It's like the artist that he did the original, like it was Andre the Giant's face, and it said hello below it, right?
I know what you mean.
I think that's his name is like Gay Ferry or something. Anyway,
Well, isn't
so
that the guy's name on Meet the Parents?
Meet the Fockers, yeah.
Fockers?
Gaylord Focker. It's something like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That style has been replicated in a lot of places, but I do not know the name.
Well, anyway, so instead of that famous picture, it's the guy, Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride, the swordsman guy. It's his face, and it just says hello on the bottom of it. So if I saw somebody wearing that shirt, I would, as soon as you read it, you're going to say in your head, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
Yeah. So I thought that was a really funny, like.
Stop saying that.
I thought that was a great shirt. I'd never seen that before. So it's like a combination of two different, like, pop culture things. I thought that was really funny. And then I got this one, which is, it's like the Star Wars logo, but instead of all the words of Star Wars and everything, it just says pew. So it says pew pew. It says pew 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 pew. But it's a
laser sound. I don't know if you don't get that sound. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but it's in the font of like Star Wars, so it's not like a little tiny pew on top, and then it says big words pew pew, and then pew 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 on the bottom.
So I just think that Penny perked up like, what?
And then the third one, it made me laugh out loud when I saw it, so I had to buy it. It's a picture of the Lion King, like the sun with the trees in the background and the lion of the Lion King. And then underneath it, it has the words to the beginning of The Lion King, which is just the song that says "Buzz away, ja." You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Maybe you haven't seen Lion King in a while, but it's funnier if you look
it's in African. Is that what you're saying?
If you look at yes, it's in African, and it's if you look at the shirt, it's funnier than me explaining what it says, but. I had to get that one too because I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. Like I kind of think of T-shirts as like if I walked past somebody else at like a Walmart or something and I saw them wearing that shirt, I would laugh, right, or say something to them.
Same here.
And
so look, I have a question.
Yep.
Jake, I have seen your T-shirt before, but I really want to know what the connection is between those words.
I know, but I'll let him explain.
Seen this before? I've only worn this shirt.
You went to our house once.
Did I?
I think so.
Well, it's Bert Kreischer, who's one of my favorite comics. He does a skit in one of his last, and you can watch it on Netflix, one of his last comedy shows, and he does a whole skit about being at home and being a man and like walking around his house, and it's based on his comedy sketch where he's like, I got my whiskey, got my cock, I bought a gun, and he tells a whole story about how he shouldn't own a gun, but he owns a gun. He's like, I should not own this, but here's the story about how I do. And then he bought it about a dog, and Brian, what's he say about his dog? He's like, this dog, he's like, 5 knee surgeries in 2 years. 5 knee surgeries. Should have got 4 legs. 5 knee surgeries.
Yeah, you bought a purebred.
I bought it because I know I'm rarely gonna ever wear it because of the second word.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew Ryan would like it, so I wore it tonight.
It is a good one. I knew exactly what it was when I saw it. Yeah, I'm not wearing a funny T-shirt today, or I'm just wearing a white shirt underneath this, or I would show you. But I have. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I've got 2 entire drawers full of folded up funny shirts. So I kind of sort them, like the top drawer is my like A+, my good shirts, like the most recent ones or the ones I think are the funniest. And then my second drawer down is, all the ones that are from like 3 to 5 years ago.
Next episode, T-shirt off.
Yep, but I don't hold on to all of my T-shirts from all time. Apparently, Jake does.
Ryan, what was the name of that T-shirt company again? You bought them from?
Busted Tees.
Busted teeth.
Yeah, they got a lot of
Okay.
Right, I won't lie. Some of my old ones will not fit me anymore.
I certainly have plenty that don't fit me. But
I
I
need a
what
refill.
but I
Ryan, I'm going to say this. While I'm making my refill, it'll take me, let's call it a minute, 2 minutes. You have to sing the national anthem while I'm gone. Go.
definitely not going to do that. But he can just throw out random requests if he wants to. Mom, well, I guess while Jake's away, we can chat. Here's a good question I had for you. I was talking with our sister Corinne, and we both agreed on this, and we didn't have any answers. How come you never took us to the dentist?
Is that one of your questions?
That's one of my questions. Yeah.
Are we starting 10 questions with Mom?
Oh my god.
Here's
I guess I never really did I?
No. We all have bad teeth. Like I have I think 9 or 10 fillings in my mouth, and I'm missing a tooth in the back. And Corinne, I was talking to Corinne, and her way of thinking is exactly how mine is on this. So, the way she thinks about the dentist is the same way I do, but apparently it's totally different from how everybody else in the country thinks about going to the dentist. So we both think that you only go to the dentist if you have a horrible toothache and you can't take it anymore, and you're like, I have to have help. I can't sleep. My tooth. I need this tooth pulled or something. I gotta go see a dentist. It's an emergency. And apparently, everybody else in the country just goes like every year. Just even if nothing is wrong, they're just like, might as well just go get a cleaning.
And all that.
Middle class and higher people go
I
to the
don't know it. I'm so sorry. One of my many failings as a mother. Oh goodness
and
gracious.
we definitely never ever. I'll put it this way. Wait, what's it called? The not obstetrician. What's the word?
Pediatrician?
No, the people who do the braces.
Oh.
See, Jake doesn't even know the word for it.
I don't even know the word for it.
Orthodontist.
Yeah, so I never learned the word orthodontist until I was like in my 20s.
I've never seen one.
Yeah. No, none of us.
Why did you need one?
I mean, I'm not saying
Your teeth aren't bad.
I mean,
No, they're not awful.
They're not terrible, but we could have used braces.
I think here's what Ryan's getting at. If they were awful,
yes. Would you have said anything?
Suffer.
Yes. The answer is definitely yes. They would never.
I went to the orthodontist when I had braces. So
she's like, I think that's how genetics
works. If really
works.
bad, I would have taken you.
Mom's like, I think that's how genetics works. I had my teeth fixed so that when I have children, their teeth will come out perfect.
I never thought about not taking you to
like I have LASIK, so my kid should have perfect eyes.
There you go.
I never thought about taking you to the dentist. That's oh my god.
Well, I know we went to the regular doctor, maybe only because it was 2 blocks away.
I mean, how far do you think the
dentist
was?
I took you to the doctor when you needed it.
I didn't get glasses till I was in 4th grade, and I definitely needed them probably by like kindergarten or something.
You couldn't see.
I didn't say anything, but you never had them checked. Well, I'll put it
your eyes.
Let me put it this way: we took Riley to the eye doctor this year when he's 6 years old, just to get him checked and see because his parents have bad eyes. Maybe he might. Let's just go check it out. But you were like, I'll wait until he's failing out of school because he can't see the board, and then we'll go see if it's his eyes that are the problem.
Out of school.
All right, I wasn't failing out, but still, I still probably could have used glasses 2 or 3 years before I got them.
I did not have any idea how bad your eyes were.
I know.
Ryan, in the 80s, there was a lot of cocaine going around the neighborhood.
I hope not with our parents.
You know, Mom had to have that cushy job watching
I know.
kids at the playground at LBI school.
Yeah.
For her cocaine money.
Long Beach Island in the 1980s it's a tough time.
It
Tough
was
times.
a rough time to grow up.
Whew,
I'll tell you that.
man.
I'm surprised we're still alive.
Especially in the winter. You ever been to LBI in the winter?
Oh my God, there is nothing to
It's
do.
just crime, 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 crime. I'm surprised it
You
didn't
were
end up in a
lucky
gang.
you grew up on Long Beach Island.
I'm surprised it didn't end up in a gang, Mom.
Oh,
There wasn't enough kids on LBI.
I was in a gang. It was called the LB Islanders. Oh no, that was Little League. Close enough.
I was in Little League. I was on Panzone's Pizza. That was my team.
All right, Ryan, are we? How many questions do you have? This might be our last segment. What do you think? I have 4 legitimately good questions.
I've got a bunch. I've got. Let me count. Not including the one I asked. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 10.
All right, how about you do your best 6 and I'll do my 4, and we'll call it 10 questions with Mom.
Okay. So not all of them are funny. Some of mine were just nice stories type of
really nice
questions.
stories? Ugh.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll just tell you one of my nice ones, and I won't make
All
Mom
right, you
answer
start
it.
then, and I'll follow up with a comedy.
Well, no, I'm going to say I'm not going to make her answer this one because apparently we're only doing funny ones. I was like, one example is if you could visit anywhere in the world without COVID being an issue, where would you want to go? Like, you know, getting to know Mom questions, but Jake wants to stick with the funny only, so we'll go
It's
with that.
back bumps, bro.
So, all right, Mom.
Well, I have an answer to that question. You want it?
Sure, why not?
If I could go anywhere and convince your father to go with me, I would like to go to Thailand.
Wow, I would love to go to
The answer I
Thailand.
would have expected.
I would love to go to Thailand. It's really far away.
So,
It's like
Ron, Mom, you mean like an island off of Thailand where it's a tourist friendly, or like tour the country?
Like, I don't know. I hadn't looked
Bangkok.
into it because I figured it'll never happen, but I would like to go.
Yeah, it could happen. Go to Bangkok. It's a big city. You will be fine.
It'll be like The Hangover too.
Yeah. I think 3. I think I
Hangover
was.
2 will be like, that's what I want in my life.
Was that 2 or 3? Maybe 2.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, 2.
But most likely, I would feel lucky if I could go to England and France because I've never been. I'd like to go to Prague, and I'd like to go to
Italy.
Vienna. Well, that's in
It's in Italy.
No, that's Austria.
Oh.
Vienna, Austria.
Oh yeah. I was thinking Venice. Yeah, Vienna. Yeah. I'd like to go to Bali if I could go anywhere.
Really?
I mean, I know it's super expensive and it's like literally a 22-hour flight or something like that, but Bali would be.
Would you just stay at like a resort? Because I know it's a big surfing place.
I think Bali basically is like just paradise everywhere. There is no like, oh, I'm in this shitty part of Bali. I'm pretty sure the entire thing is just beautiful islands. It's like going to Hawaii. It's like I'm in the shitty part of Hawaii. Like you're still in Hawaii. You're still in Hawaii.
No, I think I would say Hawaii and Bali are completely different things. Hawaii is the U.S. state; it's culturalized for Americans.
Yes.
Bali is very third world country. When you're not, it's kind of like Mexico. If you're not in a resort town or somewhere that's made for tourists,
well,
then
sure,
you're in fucking Bali.
of course, but
So, like, you have to factor that in.
how would I book a flight to go live in the slums of Bali? Like they don't have like if you go to a vacation place, they're not going to be like, do you want to stay on the resort or in the ghetto? Like that's not.
Well,
an
that's
option.
what I mean. But like you have to stay.
No,
in a
you know what?
resort
That may
town,
not
you
be
can't just do it
true.
right in Bali.
Brian,
Hmm?
I bet you if you talk to the right person, a travel agent or something, you could say, I want to stay at a regular normal tourist, or I want to stay in a place where I'm going to see more of the natural way the people are.
I guess possibly.
They have-
All right. So the easy answer to that question is I would want to stay in the touristy, nicest parts. I've seen pictures of Bali. I'm sure you have too, with those bungalows that are literally like on top of the water, where
Okay.
the waters go underneath your house. Like that's where I want to go.
Okay.
It's incredible.
How about you, Jake?
Oh, are we going around? No, it's 10 questions to Mom. It's not about me.
Hey.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right, now it's my turn to ask a question.
Mm-mm.
All right, are you ready, Mom?
No, wait. That was
Oh,
that was a non-question. You told me not to ask the not funny question, so that doesn't count. All right. Here's a good question, Mom.
If you want, but I'm saying I only have 4. You can have as many as you want.
Yeah. All right. Here's a real question for you, Mom. Ready?
Yeah.
Who is your favorite child?
I knew you guys were going to ask me that.
And when did it become Corinne?
I don't have a
Both
favorite
agreed this
child.
was a
You
good
know
question.
that's what I'm going to say. And why did you say it was Corinne?
I mean, I'm just saying. Have you ever hung out with all of us at the same time? It's pretty obvious.
What do you mean? I don't treat her any
Obviously,
differently.
it's Corinne.
Okay.
And you know what? It should be, because I love that woman.
Yeah.
But I don't treat her any differently.
Corinne's
I love
pretty great.
all of my children equally. You
That's-
all bring me joy.
That's
All
the.
right, let me ask you a question based on that. Who's the funniest of your children?
Oh,
The answer's Corinne. Clearly.
she might be sometimes.
Oh,
But
or
you're all fun.
the
You're
grand.
all funny.
If grandchildren count, then Willie is definitely the answer to that.
Why?
He's hilarious. Have you talked to the kid? He's the funniest kid ever. Dude, I talk to him like once a week, and every time I talk to him,
Do
I'm
you?
like, oh yeah, I call him all.
How do you talk to him once a week?
I call Corinne like I probably talk to her like 3 or 4 times a week, and
Seriously?
yeah, I have for years.
Like a shitty brother. Like
we
once a
no,
month.
no, we talk all the time, and probably once a week when I call her, either he'll pick up the phone or while we're talking, he'll talk to me for some portion. But yeah, a lot of times I'll call Corinne, and then literally the phone will ring, and then I'll hear, "Hey, Uncle Ryan, how you doing?" And then he'll just start telling me some funny stories about some crazy shit that went on. But he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Earlier, I'd call Corinne right now to see who answers, but it's too
But
late.
Jake, Ryan already heard this, but we went to Corinne's on Monday because we had to give Willie his birthday presents.
Mhm.
So Juliana comes up to me and she says, "Grandma, do you like pancakes?" And I said, "Yeah, I like pancakes." She goes, "It doesn't matter what you like."
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
She screamed it at me.
watch
I'm
that?
like, "What?"
Wrestling?
Yes, they're huge in the wrestling in that family.
Oh my god, that's the best.
I know. I call it.
Yes.
Oh, that's hysterical. I
Dude.
love that. I love her more now.
As soon as Mom told me that,
I was just downstairs a little while ago when I was trying to think of sponsors for this podcast, and I was thinking about putting up like an old picture of me, Ryan, and Corinne, or at least me and Ryan, and the ones with Corinne look just like Marzipan.
wow,
There's only a couple of them. Like it's the same, a different haircut, and I'm like, that's her, same exact person.
sure,
Oh,
dude. When Mom first told me that,
that's like my favorite wrestling thing is I had to explain that to Jen recently because I did that on her and she had no idea what I was talking about. I was something like so what do you think about the president's policy on there? And she started talking. I'm like, it doesn't matter. And she's like, what the fuck are you?
yeah. See,
I had to explain
Mom didn't really know what they meant either.
No, I didn't know.
You're right. Cause she doesn't watch wrestling, especially in the '90s. She wasn't watching wrestling. But dude, when she first told me that story, I was dying laughing for like 5 minutes straight. And then I immediately, once we hung up off the phone, I called Corinne immediately, and I asked. She goes, "Hey, what's going on?" I go, "Hey, Corinne, do you like pancakes?" And she goes, "It doesn't matter if you like pancakes." And then we talked about it for like 5 minutes. So I'm like, dude, that little girl is hilarious. And she goes, they didn't even like tell her to say that. To like, hey, say this to Grandma. Like it'll be funny. She just
No, she
out
off
of the
the top
blue.
of her head, she did it.
Well, that's all Will. Yeah, that's great. All right, Mom, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. If one of your children was born with a hair lip, would you still think that joke was funny?
Oh my
Well,
God.
I guess it wouldn't be kind to laugh at a joke about hair lips if one of my children had one.
That was my first joke that I thought of. I'm like,
wow.
Mom's gonna love it.
Now you got to tell the joke, Mom.
Tell the joke.
I'm not telling the
Tell
joke.
You have to now. You got to tell the joke.
You get through the joke.
You can.
That's
You
an
can do it.
old joke.
We got
Yeah,
faith.
that's
We have
part.
faith in you, Ma.
That's about the guy that goes in the store, the nut shop, right?
Yeah, you got it. You know the joke.
Yeah, you know, you've tried to tell it 300 times. You've successfully told it once.
Well, I'm not going to tell it now.
Oh,
No,
come on.
this
Come
is
on.
this, or are you gonna tell it?
This is the perfect time to tell
Go.
it.
We'll be quiet.
I have to stop and think about it. I haven't told that joke in ages.
All right. While you're thinking, I taught Riley a few jokes that he likes to tell, and the one joke, although he usually gets it wrong, is this is the joke he tells all the time. He goes, "How do you catch a polar bear?" This, by the way, this is a joke.
yeah.
This is a joke Nan taught me.
This is a joke Aunt Phyllis taught me.
Oh, Nan taught. Well, whatever. The
I
older
think Uncle Bob Jack taught everybody.
could be, but I heard it first from Nan. So anyway, so Riley tells this joke. Which is, how do you catch a polar bear? First, you cut a hole in the ice. Then you sprinkle peas around the hole. And then when the polar bear bends over to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
first
old.
joke I ever learned in my entire life.
It's Riley's first joke he learned too, and
Maybe it was Nan.
and sometimes he'll mess it up and like totally blow the whole ice hole part, like not mention that part of it, and he thinks it's still funny though because he
Does
obviously
he
he's
just
like,
say hole, not ice hole?
I don't remember how he
Kicks
does
him
it.
in the hole.
Something like that, and he'll still laugh. But I'm like, all right, Mom, you had some time to think. Not today.
Yeah, that joke is way too long and complicated, and I don't remember.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm
All right.
skipping that.
All right. Next question, Mom. Let's see. This is a nice one, so I gotta skip that one. All right. What is the most drunk you have ever been? And tell us the story about it that you can remember.
Well, I can tell you the last time I remember. I'm sure I was drunk many times. Actually, a couple of things. One was when, before I had any kids, I was married to your father. We went to downtown Riverside, and I was drinking beer and something else, I'm sure. Your dad was drinking a combination. He was drinking beer and maybe he was mixing wine with beer, with whiskey. I don't remember. Anyway, I think I got mad at him for something and decided I was going to walk home. I'm walking. So I'm walking down Riverside on the sidewalk in the town, and I fell down and I scraped my knees. So I get up. I finally make it to the house. So I'm going to bed. The next thing I know, I hear your father come in. He tries to come to bed. Then I hear him get up. Well, he got so drunk. He was laying with his feet in the bedroom, his body in the hallway, and his head in the bathroom. Because he had to throw up. And he couldn't make it to the toilet. And I left him there.
Oh, yeah, you should have.
That's great.
And then the only other time I can really remember, it was one of the Shin Fests.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
It was one when Uncle Bob was there. And Denise had all the mixings and all the stuff to make your own cocktails out on the back porch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, after you've had a couple of cocktails, now it's like, go make your own. And I'm half loaded. I'm pouring in. Who knows how much sugar's in there? I'm pouring in, you know, the orange juice and the vodka and the, you know, whatever is in there. I'm just making cocktails like crazy. Then I finally decide I'm going to go in my tent. Well, Chris is already in the tent sleeping. I go in, I lay down, and next thing you know, I have to throw up. So I crawled to the tent door and put my head out,
Oh,
and then I crawled back in bed. So who knows if Ann stepped in it when she came to the tent? I have no idea. But the next day I was feeling pretty bad, and
I
I did
bet.
not have breakfast. I just sat on the couch.
Hey, Ma,
those shin stocks were
They were awesome.
mm,
really fun.
do you
I was
remember?
not at Terror Mountain, but all the other ones I was at were tons of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I was.
Just to have that many people together, all having a good time. We had the pond that we went to where we went swimming and stuff. You could go on your hikes, your walks, all the great food, just being around everybody. They were great.
Oh,
I'll tell you
all of them were great. Um, you made me think of two stories about that. I mean, I probably was at 4, maybe 5 of them. I definitely didn't get to all of them, just because of work and stuff. But do you remember when I was maybe, I would say I was like early 20s, somewhere around there, and I got really quite ill from drinking. And the night before we were leaving, and then on the drive home, you guys had to pull over like 6 times for me to throw up on the side of the road.
I don't know if I remember pulling over that many times, but I think I kind of remember.
At least a few times. At least a few times on the way home, you had to pull over.
Yeah.
But the other thing that you're talking about, the lake, which obviously that's a great lake right down the road from their house. The one year, I made a horrible mistake of, in the middle of the day, taking a shower, a lake shower, I guess you want to call it, right? So I brought, I brought.
You took the lake shower.
Well, that wasn't a mistake, right? That was fine. But I brought, like, I don't know, body wash or soap or something, right? So I went in the lake, scrubbed down, and didn't think that I just washed all of my suntan lotion off of my body, and didn't put more on, and got like so sunburned, like one of the worst sunburns I've ever had was that, because in my mind, it's waterproof I put on waterproof sunblock, and I'm sure I was drinking and stuff. So I'm like, this will last, a long time. This is waterproof. I'll go in the lake. I'll still be fine. And I didn't think about that. I just washed it off with all the soap, and I got burned so bad.
You know what I liked about floating in that lake, in floating in one of the rings, and having the cooler with the beer.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to get out to go to the bathroom. You just float.
Honestly,
drink some more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's my ideal retirement / vacation home is that exact house. It's flat. They got the man-made lake where you can paddle in. You're in the middle of nowhere. And Jen makes fun of me because I say, like, you have to stock your fish, and she doesn't understand that. I'm like,
oh yeah,
bring your own fish. I'm like, no, like you stock the lake with trout or whatever, and they breed, and then there's fish for people to. She's like, so they start making fun of me. Like, I'm like, I want to, we want to get a vacation house or a retirement house up in northern Pennsylvania. She's like, oh, are you gonna stock the fish? She's like, it's a bring your own fish. Do you put that on the lease?
You stock it with You stock it with some bass.
What's that?
Stock it with some bass.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, she just doesn't get that. Like,
Jake, your wife is a city girl.
What?
Your wife is a city girl.
Yes, she is.
She's not a country girl.
I'd say so.
All right, Mom, I have my next question for you.
Okay.
All right. Which is your all-time favorite article of clothing? Your denim jacket with a cowgirl embroidered on the back.
The one you tried to hide from me, I found it.
Wait, what was the second?
Red hooker boots from your wedding.
Or what? My pink.
The red hooker boots from your wedding.
Those were platform shoes that I got in Philadelphia, I will have you know. Well, the platform shoes were in style at the time. In the early 70s or late 60s, early 70s. But I would say if I had to choose, I would take the jacket. And it's a
Really? Do you
and
still have
it's a Spanish woman on the back. It's not a cowgirl.
Wait, you're not going to include
But
the
that's a cow hat.
you're not going to include the Christmas sweatshirt with like the little penguins on it, the 3D penguins on it,
No, Ryan.
the
but
vest,
if
the
we
vest.
have a picture of all her Christmas sweaters. We should like line them up and say which is your favorite.
I don't even think I have them anymore. Got rid of most of that stuff.
Jake, that's the type of thing that Salvation Army gets, and they just go in the trash.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was burned 10 years ago. It's up in the atmosphere.
or there's some homeless person in Africa rocking that right now.
Donations.
So what like if you were to say what's your favorite article of clothing you ever had? Do you have one? Not everyone has one, but is there something stick out? You're like, I wish I had that back, that jacket or those pants or whatever.
Well, years ago, when you were little, and I made these pants before you were born. I had a pair of jeans, so this was in the 60s, that I embroidered. A whole bunch of stuff on it. I embroidered them. And I thought they were the coolest pants. And I had them when we lived in North Carolina for that year, and I have not seen them since. But I really liked those pants. Plus,
Okay.
this is when bell bottoms were in, but the kind where it's tight on your leg down to your knee, and then they flare out.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Mm.
Well, I had a pair of white ones with purple flowers that were like that. I loved those pants. Don't ask me what happened to them. But those two things I would love to have them back.
Nice.
That's a great question, and I'm going to answer it for myself, and then I'm going to ask Ryan. I had a lime green, like I guess like a light lime green polyester spandex jacket that I bought at a thrift store in LA when I went out there with Matt Grady in 1995, and I bought it. And later in college, I went to see a concert with the Sugar Hill Gang. And they were obviously past there. This was probably 1998, maybe. And I got Master G to sign my polyester light lime green jacket.
Nice.
Wrote Master G on it.
Nice.
And I don't know where the fuck that jacket is.
Oh.
And I would wish anything I could have it back. It was the coolest thing. Me and Mark Lombardi, who you remember, he was my best friend from high school, or one of my friends from high school. I lived with him freshman year in college. We were on stage dancing with the Sugar Hill Gang, and Master G signed my jacket, and I somehow lost it. I would love to have that back. How about you, Rye?
Well, I would have to say I've never been really super into fashion, so I don't have like one amazing outfit that I wish I still had. But from childhood, I wish I had my starter jacket, my 49ers starter jacket.
49ers?
Back when...
Really?
Yep. I had a 49ers starter jacket from like, I want to say like 1992. Somewhere,
So
something
you
like
were
that.
in what grade in 92?
I was 10, so like...
I was in 10th grade. So you were in like 5th grade?
No, you were in 10th grade in 92.
I graduated high school in 95.
Wait, yeah, 10th. When I was 10, I was in like 3rd grade, something like that.
Yeah.
But I had I had a starter jacket that I wore like all winter for like 3 years straight. It was my favorite thing. Because
so you could get that if you could get that back. Oh look, Mom's got beer.
I got another beer.
Hey, I'm on number 3 or 4 here. I don't see Jake drinking anything.
I have to get up to get it.
Well, go get one. I'll answer the rest of your question.
Got up to get it.
Yeah, go ahead. I brought some beers and stuff. You can't see.
All right, Ryan, you ask your next question. Now, no, wait.
Anyway, so from my youth, my 49ers starter jacket. Mom, do you remember buying me a starter jacket with the 49ers?
Yes.
That would be my my favorite go-to article of clothing of my lifetime. If we're talking about like my youth, more recently I have an Eagles sweatshirt, which I think you maybe actually also bought me a few years ago. That's just the way that it's cut is just perfect for my body type, and I really like the way it looks. And I mean, I probably have like
Is it one of the military ones?
no, but it's the same fabric
Oh.
as those ones are. It's black.
Because those look really good on your dad.
Yeah, I actually told him that the other day. He was wearing one of those. Oh, when we were at your house for.
Hey Ryan, what do you call your body type? Strong bad?
Say that again.
What do you call your body type? Strong bad?
Strong bad.
Strong dad.
Strong bad.
Anyways, but it's the same type of fabric as what you're talking about. It's that like sheer, like shiny type of fabric. Not sheer. It's like the. It's not cotton. It's like really polyester or something like that. But it's like shiny, and it fits me. It just fits me really well, and it's I wear a lot of Eagles gear, but that's probably my favorite like recent type of outfit. Yeah, but I'm not like super into fashion, so I don't. That's kind of a weird question for me to answer. All right, Mom, I want to ask you a not funny question while Jake's getting up.
I had to let Penny out. So.
Oh, never mind. He's back. All right, Mom. Then
I can leave if you need me to. I
No.
let Penny back in a minute.
No, I was just trying to buy some time. All right, so Mom, next question from me. All right. Who would win in a fist fight? You or Ann?
Oh, me, definitely.
Well, why? Why do you think
Bigger
so?
than her.
See,
I'm
you're
bigger than her.
Yeah, but she's quick. She exercises all the time. She could run around you.
No, I
Fight
think I
ever.
could
I
take
would
her.
pay $0 to see that fight.
I mean, I would never want to do it.
I
but
obvious. You
I
think
could
okay?
take her,
Okay.
spin her around,
There'd
spin
be
her
a lot
around
of
and then sit on her.
Oh
No,
wow!
no,
Wow!
no, cat fights.
Wow!
You
I
gotta
am
get in a fight.
shocked.
You're getting a fight.
Wow, Mom. I was expecting you to take like the pacifist way out of that question and say like, we're best friends. We would never fight. I don't
said
even know.
If there
That's
was such a thing, who would win?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I would.
all right. I'm gonna have to tell her that and see what she has to say.
Oh yeah, because she's going to be a guest at some point. We're going to
Oh.
actually.
Oh, now you're going to share that I said I could take her in a fight?
Yeah, well, maybe a month.
No, we're not going to tell her ahead of time. We're just
We're-
going to ask her and see what her response.
Yeah,
is.
we're gonna
Ask
ask.
her the same question?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
Huh.
Wow.
So
So
I have a question for you right now. Where is your husband?
in the garage.
Oh, he's awake. Okay.
it's only 10 o'clock. He's hip.
Oh. All right, Ryan, you get another question.
All right. All right, Mom. Here's a hard hitting question for you. Why do you watch so many TV shows with hardcore lesbian sex scenes?
Well, wait a minute. I do admit that a lot of the shows we watch have
Ryan,
sex in it,
kudos.
but it's
Great
not all hardcore lesbian sex.
Oh, it is. It is. Every single time I've walked into a room and you were watching a TV show or a movie, for some reason there's a bunch of girls taking their shorts off or making out with each other, and you always
I
have
don't
the
write
same
the TV
thing.
shows.
You always say the same thing. This is the only scene where this happens. It's just you just happen to walk in while we're watching the gay girls make out with each other.
Well, Orange is the New Black. I had no control.
No, you don't have control, but
There happens to be a
So I
lot
shouldn't
of them.
watch it?
There's a lot of them, Mom. It's not just one or two. It's happened like 20 times.
Ryan,
Well, your dad
Kudos.
just walked back
great
in. Oh, look,
observation.
he can't stay out of this one. Look.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think my back
Hey,
bumps
let
might
me
be
tell you
starting.
something. All
They're-
those shows that I
they're-
watch
they're
that have
warming
the
up. They're
boobs
warming up.
and the sex are the ones your dad's interested in. I watch the
Oh.
shows that don't have any of that. He makes fun of the shows or he talks through them. So
I think that's a cop out, Mom, because there'll be times when he's not in the room and I'll walk in and you'll be watching some girls making out with each other.
it's not always girls.
Mm. It's happened enough times that I had to ask the question.
I don't have any lesbian fantasies, if that's what you're asking.
No, I wasn't implying that. I was just saying that it
Mm,
seems like those are your shows.
I don't know what to say.
All right. Next question. What is your favorite swear word? And this is definitely not stolen from inside the actor's studio.
My favorite swear word, probably the one I say the most.
Yeah.
Is probably shit.
Shit.
Shit's a good word.
It's a
If
good one.
something
It's a
shit.
solid word.
I've said them all, and I don't think I overly curse. But
Have you ever said "cum dumpster"?
Yeah, have you really said them all? Are you sure about that?
You really said them all.
Have you
We could go through a list.
I
and I'm
think
not
I've
sure
said
you said
a
them all.
good amount of that. I'm sure there are some I have not thought of.
have you said donkey fucker? Come on, really? All of the curse words?
All of the curse words.
Okay, I take it back. Okay,
You
next question.
heard it here first. My mother said all of the curse words. You think of one? You think of one?
Backbumps.com. You heard it here first.
You think of a crazy curse? She said it plenty of times. Plenty of times.
All right. My turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question. Mom, ready?
Yeah.
Of all the breweries you've been to, which is your favorite one to fart in?
Oh my God!
Wasn't that the Budweiser in St. Louis?
I almost spit my beer out. I almost just spit my beer out on my
It
keyboard.
was my favorite moment in my entire life.
Wasn't that the one? Budweiser?
Yeah.
Of course.
Me and Ann and you
Of course.
couldn't stop.
I've been to
The
a few
guy doing
breweries.
the tour was like, why are they fucking cracking up laughing?
It's because I drank all that beer and all the effervescence.
And we were with people that aren't in our group. They're random people. It's like, they're like, me and Ann.
It was a big fart.
This was the guy's funniest moment in our entire lives.
Oh my God.
Listening to you
Well, what
fart.
do you do when you're in a group of people on a tour? And,
Sometimes you gotta go.
and you rip one. And then you start laughing. Henny was laughing. You were laughing. Oh my God. And who else hung back with me?
No one held back. We couldn't hold back. It was hysterical.
Oh, you know what I've told you, Jake, about farts. You can't control farts, they control you.
And are in and
Tell my
out.
wife that. Actually, please, if there's a time on this podcast or in real life where you're together, whisper in my wife's ear, be like, you can't control your farts, they control you. I would really appreciate that.
Okay. I mean, one time I was in when they used to have the movie stores, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I was in there with Ann looking for a movie.
Yeah,
She
the
was on
ones
one
that
aisle.
take
I was
3
on another
hours to pick out
aisle.
a movie.
And this lady and her little girl were in the aisle with me, and I cut one.
And they say
The
something?
little girl says, Mom, lady, fart. What do you do?
What did you say?
You just
Did you say excuse
Lady
me?
fart.
Sorry. Oh my God, that's great.
My back bumps are warming up. They're warming up.
Did she point at you too?
She was in my aisle. That's only
It else
right
put it
next
in
to me.
That lady right there, Mom, that one, she farted right now. Do you smell it?
Did she go like this?
No, she was a little girl.
Oh my god.
That's great. Wow. That reminds me of a dad tells a story of when he realized he was old. He was in the checkout line at the grocery store, and there was a little kid behind him, and he goes to his mom, "Mom, that guy has hair growing out of his ears." That's funny. That is kind of the telltale sign of when you're getting old, when you start getting hair growing out of your ear. At least for men, when you start.
I'm starting to get the nose, like it's growing a little hairy out of the nose.
Yeah.
Like
They make a device for that, Jake. Little
yeah,
nose
I
trimmer.
got a device for it. Works well.
Okay, Jake, your turn.
No, it was my turn. That was his question.
Oh,
I'll say I only have one question left, and I think it's a game changer. So
All right.
Ryan,
I'll go next, Mom. All right. What is your favorite thing about Donald Trump?
that he's no longer our president.
Oh, that's not a trait.
Oh, it's my favorite. His
Your
favorite.
favorite thing about him, but as a person.
I don't have a favorite thing about
I
him.
know you love
hate
him. You love him. And
I can't stand that man. He's a disgrace.
there's got to be one big thing that
He's
you're like.
immoral. He's a poor excuse for a human
we gotta
being.
get that dog.
I just love the way that he, treats women, or that he treats Mexicans, or something.
Okay.
He's a great golfer.
He cheats.
This is kind of
all
right. It's kind of a trick question. All right, I'm going to ask you a nice question while Jake's gone. What was the best part and what was the worst part of your nursing career? Of being a nurse.
The best part was the satisfaction you got when you helped people, when you made them feel better, or comforted them, or made a difficult treatment a bit better. I mean, that part was always good.
Did you get a lot of positive feedback? Did you get a lot of people talking to you,
one
like,
time
thanking you?
when I was down here at Southern Ocean working. Now I was an educator.
I apologize. What's the topic again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
My best and worst thing about being a nurse.
Okay, good.
So anyway, I was came out into the hallway, and I hadn't been a nurse for some time as far as patient care. I was in education, and this patient was wheeling down in the hallway outside, and she stopped me, and she remembered me, and she told me that how nice I made her feel, or how good I took care of her. And I hardly even remembered. I remembered her name, but I didn't remember too much about her. But that makes you feel good when someone stops you, even though it was years ago, that they remember that you were nice to them.
Nice.
So that's a good part. Bad part would just be how much work it is. So much to do, so much to document. And the times when patients don't do well, or you hear one of them passed away or whatever, that's hard.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, you were a nurse for how long? Almost 30 years, probably?
Well, over 20. I was 20 in dialysis, so probably about 23 years or so.
Sure.
So, Mom, refresh my memory. When we were a kid, I was living in Nan's house, and you used to study in the dorm.
Yes.
What year was that? Or
94, I bet, is my guess.
It was in the 90s, definitely. Jake, when did you graduate high school? 95?
95. So I was thinking you were
and
like.
I graduated nursing school in 95.
Okay.
So I graduated nursing school the same year you graduated high school.
Got it.
So probably for the couple of years before that. So you figure in 1993, 1994, or 1995, whatever, when I was studying.
So I clearly remember you being up in the dorm studying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
And
Yeah.
I was able to do
And
that
you know what?
studying.
Kudos to
Your
you.
grandmother kind of helped with you kids so that I could go up there and study.
Sure.
I was lucky. I was lucky.
Well,
Yeah.
Ryan, let's raise a glass to our mother for going out of her way to study later in her life, to be successful and to be wonderful. And cheers to you, Mom.
Oh,
Good.
thank you. Thanks.
We appreciate it.
Well, I was hoping it would set some kind of a good example to you. It's never
It
too
did.
late.
Because I remember it.
For sure.
I mean, when I was standing in line, because when I first got out of high school, I went to nursing school, got my licensed practical nurse right out of high school, but I did it at a hospital, a teaching hospital. So it wasn't a college. So it was only nursing. So then I, left home. I met your father. I didn't do any nursing for all those years. And then when I finally decided, well, I need to now go, I can't just be a teacher's aide at the school, need to make some money.
Or a lunch lady. Weren't you a lunch helper or whatever?
No,
I
not
was the
lady.
playground.
It
I was
when
the
hold on.
playground
It was when
aide.
I was in
You were sixth
LBI
grade.
grade school.
I
She
was
was
the
the
playground aide.
lunchtime aide. So
Right.
like when we had to go out and play in the playground, she made sure, everything was okay. And I clearly remember her trying to break up a fight between Jeremy Lees and Rich Southwick, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
They were
I remember both of them.
fighting, and
the
I remember
little
you were
white
like
hair,
trying to get in
and
the
Rich
way.
Southwick was big.
It didn't go well for you.
Dude. All right. So
We were both-
side conversation that made me think of that is, so when I was growing up on LBI, I never realized how much money a lot of the people's families had that were in my grade, right?
Right. Yeah,
And-
you had a lot of wealthy people.
Dude, like I said, you went with Rich Southwick. Dave Southwick was in my grade, his brother. Like the Larsons, that owned all those head boats and everything down at Barnegat Light. Butterick, who was like Butterick bulkheading.
Yep.
There's so many people that I went to school with that I mean, you're a kid, you don't think about like, oh, your family is wealthy type of thing. If they don't talk about it, it never crosses your mind to think of. No, you're just there to play and learn and whatever. And like as an adult, looking back at all the people I went to school with, there were so many people that like families were like super wealthy that I had just no clue.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's because there was no option. There wasn't like a private school,
Right.
Like in the city of Philadelphia, and a lot of our friends have to deal with this now. Who Maddox and Amelia, like they have to decide, are their kids going to go to a private or public high school, and how much that costs. But they have options. Like, growing up where we did, like it was basically you just went to the public school.
Well, high school you had Monsignor Donovan.
If you were a millionaire, you just went there.
We had Monsignor Donovan as a private Catholic high school if you wanted to send your kids to Catholic school, but
if you're Catholic. But was there a private
like
high
grade?
school
No.
in Southern Ocean
Well, I'm not
County?
even talking about high school. I'm talking about like grade school, like first through sixth grade type of thing. Like obviously we didn't grow up with money, but we went to the same school with all these people who were, I would go home to our small house, and they would be going home to these, $8-10 million houses on the
Hold
on
on.
the
Our
beach.
house wasn't small.
Okay, that's all right. Yes, you're right. Not
I will. Hey, Mom.
You're right.
You guys were rich in other ways.
you're right. Now
You lived on an island.
Let me
You
say
had a
this to
beach and a
you.
bay, and you had neighbors that did stuff with. You had Bill Reese. You had
oh yes,
your family across the street. You had a lot of stuff. You just didn't have a lot of money. You certainly didn't have a bad life.
I wasn't trying to say that we were poor living in the ghetto or anything. I was just saying comparatively, our living situation compared to these people who I was going to school with who were in these $10 million mansions on the beach that I had no idea that these kids that I talked to every single day were from these millionaire families. Is basically what I was trying to say.
Well, I will say this. I don't know if I've expressed how happy I am that you guys made the decision to move us to Long Beach Island in 1981 or whatever. To and live with Nan, and it would have been a totally different lifestyle if you didn't make that decision. And I would say we had the best fucking life ever. If we aren't successful today, it's because of ourselves. It's not because of you. Like you
Yep.
and Dad did everything for your kids.
Yep.
We're not. Why are we getting sappy? Why am I getting sappy? Anyway, thank you. Let's move on to like a fun question.
Yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, we can. There's nothing wrong with us doing this, Jake. It's not like this is a comedy podcast.
This is the point when people watch the podcast and they turn it off.
Okay, well,
but we're also
Ryan, I thought we were supposed to go national.
We're also not doing this to try
I know.
to draw in an audience. We're doing this just for nostalgia, or just
I know.
one day we could look back at this and be like, yeah, this was a fun time we had talking to Mom. Let's watch this again and relive some of these stories or something. So it's totally fine that we're having moments or long periods of time where we're not dying of laughter. It's that's good, I think. But yeah,
it is back bump,
but it can't be the whole time. So you're right. So you said you had one last question that was
I
gonna
have one last
that was gonna
one.
blow our dicks off. I
I
think
would
it's
like
what you
to
said,
end it.
right?
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
say-
I said you have one question that's going to blow our dicks off.
Yeah, I have Ryan. I think if I say this to you, Mom's not going to know what to talk about. I have an FMK question.
FMLA?
What?
FMK.
Oh, okay.
So, do you want to ask your questions before I ask mine?
I don't have any more funny questions left. I only
Okay.
have sappy stuff. So go.
All right, how about you pick your best non-funny question, and then I will ask the FMK question, and then maybe I'm drunk. I'll be honest. I'm ready to go to bed.
All right. Do you want this to be a question towards you or towards Mom? Because I have ones for both.
You choose, buddy.
All right. I'm gonna do a double question because the first one's gonna be a really quick answer. So to Jake, should I put money on a long shot for the Phillies to win the World Series this year?
Yeah, of course you should. But how much? I mean, $20, $50, $200.
Do you think they have a chance?
I don't. They're definitely not one of the top 5 best teams in the league, but I mean, if throwing $20 at a 50-1 odds is worth it, then yeah.
It's definitely not 50-1. It's probably like 15-1, but
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, throw $100 on there.
Yeah. All right. And then a longer question is, what celebrity would you like to see run for president, and do you think they have a chance of winning? So obviously, Trump being the Republicans' celebrity apprentice president. Who do you think on the other side could run and win? Who do you think could run and win?
Are you only asking Democrat side?
No, anybody, any celebrity. Who do you think has a legitimate chance of running and winning that you would actually want to see? Not like, oh, I hope this person doesn't do it. Like The Rock is my go-to. I think The Rock could win.
Have you seen it?
What about Tom Hanks?
The Young Rock?
Well, you both talked at the same time. Say it again.
Have you seen the new TV show, The Young Rock?
No.
It's on NBC. It's called The Young Rock. It's about
I've heard of it.
Johnson running for president in 2032.
Oh, really?
And him talking about his background in wrestling when he was a kid. And they have people playing like Andre the Giant and Iron Sheik. And It's a good show.
I didn't know. See, I thought it was like Young Sheldon, but for The Rock. I
No.
thought it was just a story about him as a kid. I didn't know it had him to find the
Well,
president.
half of it is, but it's a good show. It's worth watching.
Well, I think he probably could win, but besides him, who else do you think would be?
I said Tom Hanks.
I would never vote for a celebrity to be president.
No, I wouldn't either, but
Okay. Well,
it's been done. Ronald Reagan.
well, if you had sole authority of choosing the president,
Oh.
but they said you had to choose a famous person, who would you want to be president? Bruce Springsteen or
all right. So there's first. Obviously, you would have to vet that person really well and ask them a billion questions about their.
Sure.
But let's pretend you can't do that.
Okay.
What
about like?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Tom Segura, president. Colbert. Colbert.
That's
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Jon Stewart and Colbert is his vice president.
Pretty liberal. I tend to lean. I can't answer that. That's a really hard question because I'm very Republican in my
ideology.
What's the word? Well, you got the grid
ideology.
Like if you're in this area, you're liberal versus conservative. I am more like socially liberal and economically conservative. So it's is the definition of a libertarian.
Yeah, you don't want to fall into one
and
box.
No libertarians out there.
You should be an independent.
Yeah,
my brothers are independent.
All right. Well, Mom says Tom Hanks, and Jake says no answer.
Well, that's without giving it a whole bunch of thought.
It's a shitty answer.
Jon Stewart and Colbert are both great options. I think they would. They're both politically savvy enough to actually maybe make some like good decisions for the country to help out, but also would be entertaining.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to rephrase my answer. I would like whoever is the top military commander in the nation right now. I want a military guy.
Eisenhower?
Fucking economics. He can be like, hey, you do this. But international politics is something that very few presidential hopefuls actually have any experience with.
Sure. Yeah, it's a pretty complicated subject.
You know who was really good at international stuff? Nixon.
Nick's son?
Nixon.
Who's Nick's son?
Yeah, Nick. I don't think Nick has.
Opposite of Nick's daughter.
Is it Nicholas' son?
I don't think Nick has any sons.
I've heard of that guy before. Is he Japanese?
President Nixon.
Oh, Nicholas. She means Nicolas Cage. Jake, Nicolas Cage's son.
Oh, no, he's Jewish. Nicholas Sohn. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, Richard Nixon. Oh.
Richard Nixon. Ah, okay. Yeah,
Dick.
he was
Tricky Dick, they call him. Tricky Dick.
He was the best.
He wasn't the best, but he was good at foreign policy.
He was.
All right, Ryan, ask your question before I ask mine.
Was that during the Cold War or was that before that?
Cold War.
Oh, yeah, great at foreign politics. The Cold War. Wonderful. Wonderful times. Everybody thought they were going to die.
The Cold War.
Everybody thought they were going to get bombed and die from nuclear explosions. So you had to go to school and go to training about what to do if the Russians nuked us. Great foreign politics. All right. Tricky.
Bunkers in high school.
Isn't this Nixon?
Hold on, Mom. Mom, did you have to hide in bunkers? Did you have to do bunker drills in high school?
We had to do air raid training. You had to go out in the hall and crouch down and put your your hands behind your head.
Oh, your hands behind your head. That definitely saves you.
Behind your neck. Yep.
Yeah. If they nuke us and your hands are like this, you'll be fine.
Yeah, they're like this, you're fucked.
Yeah. It's like it's how it works. It's like alive, dead, alive, dead.
Oh, Ryan, that's good.
All right, Jake. What's your FMK for Mom?
Oh, all right, Mom. Have you ever heard of the game Fuck, Kill, Murder?
Mary-
No.
Oh, fuck, marry, kill.
Wait.
Fuck,
Fuck,
marry,
Mary, Kill.
fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, murder, kill?
No, marry.
Fuck, Mary,
Fuck,
Kill.
marry, kill.
So I'm going to give you the names of 3 celebrities. One of
Okay.
them you have to have sex with, one of them you
Okay.
have to marry, and one of them you have to kill. And
Oh.
you
Okay.
can take
Okay.
your time. I'm going to read off all 3, and you can take a minute and decide which one you want to F,
Okay.
which one you want to
I
M.
got it. I got it. Go.
All right. Number 1.
Oh, God.
Come on. Come to me.
Okay. Number 1.
Come on.
Okay.
You're killing me, bro. Come on, spit it out.
All right. A young Danny DeVito. Like
Like
we're
from
talking
Taxi?
Batman, like 1989 Batman with the
Or
penguin suit.
what about Taxi?
Danny DeVito. Number 2. Prince Philip from last week.
That one that died today?
Yeah,
He died today.
Prince Philip last week.
A week before.
So as a 99.
99-year-old.
Number 3, Rachel Maddow.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I think
Hold on. Did you write this joke before he died?
No, I wrote it today.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a difference.
I would say I would kill.
Uh-oh.
My God.
Cold-blooded killer over
kill-
here.
I would kill Prince Philip.
He's gonna die in a week. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm not gonna F or M him.
I'm not gonna F for M him.
oh, that's a good answer. All right.
I'm not gonna F
And
for M
I would.
him.
I can tell you
Oh.
my back
Hold
goes
on,
to
hold
work.
on, Jake. Hold on, Mom. Don't answer it.
I would.
Wait, don't answer, Mom. Wait. So, Jake, you know this means Danny DeVito. She's either going to have sex with or be married to for the rest of her life.
All right, you succeed. My back goes to
Please don't say sex with Danny DeVito. Please don't. For everything that's in my life, please don't
If I
tell me you
say-
want to.
If I say
Please.
Major Maddow, you'll say I knew it.
I don't care.
your intention.
Don't tell me you want to have sex with Danny DeVito, please.
Or me, Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Meadows fine. She's into it anyway. She would have a great time.
All right, so I would marry Danny DeVito, and I would, you know what, to Rachel Maddow.
Really? Oh my God!
No, lesbo.
Look at the choices you gave me.
It's the
My mother, the
Oh my
lesbian.
God.
I never saw it coming.
Oh.
I guess Rachel Maddow never saw herself coming either, huh?
My back bumps hurt. I swear to God. They hurt. Success right now.
That was a great question, Jake. That was first of all, the fact that she never heard of Fuck, Marry, Kill before, which has been a thing for like a decade at least.
Well, yeah, but you know,
And then those were
gotta be
great.
under 50 to probably.
Those were great options.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna wrap it up.
Could have been our
We're gonna wrap it up on that because I'm
Okay,
dying.
Before you wrap it up, can I just say one thing?
Of course.
I just want to say how nice it is as a mother to know that her children, not just you two, but Corinne too, that you all get along and you keep in touch with each other. And that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say, as your child, it's also great to have a brother and a sister that I can call whenever I want and talk to.
I mean, I text message My brother and my sister, both my brothers and my sister, every morning. We all talk to each other through text or send
That's-
pictures every day.
That's great. Yeah, well, I guess also, if we want to end on a sappy note, I guess this is fine. I guess we want to say thank you to you, Mom, not only for doing this
Thank you
with
to
us.
our guest star, Mom.
Thank you, not only
Thank you for having me.
for doing this and being a really fun guest, but also for raising us right and instilling good.
Except I didn't take you to the dentist.
Well, raising us mostly right.
I believe you couldn't even have that conversation.
Dude, we talked about it for like 20 minutes and we both were dying laughing. I think Will asked her like, "Are you like when's your next teeth cleaning?" And she's like, "What are you talking about? What is a teeth cleaning?" She's like, "What is that? What is a teeth cleaning?"
Oh no.
He's like, "Yeah, it's when you go to the dentist and they like just like clean your teeth." And she's like, "You mean like when your teeth are falling out and they have to fix them?" Like, no. Every year I just go and get my teeth cleaned. She's like, "That's what a toothbrush is for. What do you don't brush your teeth?" No, we laughed for a while.
Oh.
But,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I just got something caught in my throat. I was for a second.
It's
Well, I love you. I love
yeah,
you both.
love-
Thank you for having me as your first guest.
We love you.
love you too, Ma. Great
And
times.
then
All right, I'm gonna cut it off. Episode 1. That's a wrap. Peace.
that's a wrap.
Now we'll get real sponsors.